Hello YouTube, and welcome to Elliot O'Neill's review of Eminem's Kamikaze. I wanted to review this album basically because it's absolutely fantastic. It takes aim at critics of Revival. I mean, Revival in my opinion was a fantastic album. It had some really good tracks on there, especially the one with Ed Sheeran, You Know It, River. It had Like Home, which took aim at Trump. It had White Boy on there, which was about the black man's current position with the police in America after everything we've been seeing in the media. I just thought it was really good. A lot of people didn't feel the same, clearly. And so he came back to his critics with Kamikaze. And, I mean, this is a whole different album. The wit is up, the humour's up, the lyrical complexity is up. And I think we're looking at one of his best albums ever, honestly. It goes off at mumble rap, which seems to be the big thing lately, which I'm pretty sure the whole world hates. It goes off at Drake, who uses a lot of ghostwriters, and it makes particular reference to his use of ghostwriters, even as Eminem mimics his own kind of style in the song Lucky You. There's a hilarious response in there on the track Fall of Justin Vernon to Joe Budden, who seems to be calling a lot of artists' music trash at the moment, but seems to have forgotten to make any music himself in the meantime. I don't think we're going to be seeing a comeback from Joe Budden, just because he seems to be spending more time being negative about everyone's music rather than actually making it himself. We have seen a response from Machine Gun Kelly. It wasn't very good. I just don't think it would take a lot for him to ever compete with the complexity of where Eminem is currently right now in 2018. I definitely think the album reaches the heights of the Slim Shady LP. I definitely think it reaches the heights of the Marshall Mathers LP. I can't say that for the albums that followed after it. And the reason that I feel like that is just because of the fire and passion and energy that comes into this album and the wit. You can just feel that's all come back. I'd be really interested, knowing the success that he's had, to find out how exactly he's re-tapped into that kind of get up and go side of himself, and really tapped into his soul to the point where you can hear it in every single bar and every single lyric. I just think it's brilliant. A lot of talk about the song Fall from Justin Vernon wants to kill it off because of a homophobic slur. I can tell you categorically right now, the song is not homophobic. It's Eminem coming back at his critics. That's what the song's about. It's a great track. Justin Vernon is amazing in it. I'd never even heard of Justin Vernon before hearing the track, so it's also kind of unleashed a new passion for another artist. It's fantastic. Listen to it yourself. Lucky You with Joyner takes aim at Drake. It's one of the strongest tracks in the album. Both artists on that track are blistering actually, and they're both on par with Eminem's song Rap God in terms of complexity and speed. It's just, it's crazy good. There's a song on there called Normal, which features Eminem singing about his relationships. I guess it's on par with a song like Puke, but it's more a raw sample of his actual voice. It's much more complex, and it's a really interesting perspective on Eminem's personal life, and it's a side of him that I do like hearing. Not always, but when he gets it right, which he has on this particular track, he just finds his stride with it. I think it's really good. The Stepping Stone, which is great, features a near godlike chorus from Eminem singing himself. The content is perfect. It's about one of my favourite former bands, D12, and I always used to wonder what the hell happened there, and it's really, really great to hear Eminem actually address that in a song finally. It's a new topic as far as I'm concerned, and it's great to hear how he feels about D12 after the departure of Proof. You've got track 8, which is Not Alike, which takes aim at Migos's and Little Uzi's Bed and Bougie, which is a mumble rap song. It's pretty terrible, and Eminem does quite a good job at taking the piss out of that, basically. You should hear it for yourself. It's not got that kind of colossal Hollywood production of some of his other tracks, but it is fun. It is fun. Kamikaze, I can probably say it's more similar to a song like Not Offended on Revival in terms of the fact that it's just a fun song. It's Eminem having fun with lyrics. It's not necessarily to be taken seriously. The beats, you can't dance to it, you can't run to it. But if you're in your room and you want to have a bit of a chuckle, it is a good listen. You've got Venom, which is the last track, and it's a soundtrack to the film Venom. Really, really good. Great chorus, great verses. It's just so catchy. It's definitely one of the most addictive songs on the album. There's a song of Mist called The Greatest, which is a really, really, really nice track. It's a bit kind of, I suppose, narcissistic in terms of its content, but he doesn't sacrifice that for lyrical laziness. So I kind of feel like it finds its place in this album perfectly. There's another couple of tracks. There's one called Nice Guy and one called Good Guy, which is typical kind of Eminem relationship tracks. They're definitely two of the weaker tracks on the album. They're not terrible and they do grow on you over time, but they definitely hold back from this album becoming a 10 out of 10. So it's time for me to give it an actual score, and I'm basically going to give it a 9.5, just because there's a couple of weaker tracks on there, but for the most part this is a platinum, amazing, catchy, addictive little album. 12 tracks long. It's just great. I mean, you should definitely go and buy it and support a great artist. I mean, he can't have that many albums left in him, so come on, get out and buy it. It is good, and enjoy it. You won't regret it.